Just check my microphone. Okay, right. Go backwards. Okay, if you come to your centre of your mat, so we're going to go into a kneeling position and we're going to sit back. Sorry, it's one person. Sit back onto the ankles, okay? So we're looking to have the ankles tucked in behind and we're sat on top, okay? Nice and long through the spine, so just roll the shoulders back, pull the shoulder blades down and just open out the chest and take the palms to the ceiling with your elbows tucked in. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Again, just think about the position that you're sat in. Nice deep breath in and out. Okay, from here we're going to press one hand up. We're just going to hold in that position. So we are pulling or stretching all the way from the hip through into the shoulder. So palm is facing inward and we are pulling up and through. There's no lean to the side. We're going straight up to the ceiling and then lower back down again. Take the hand down and then press up and reach long through the spine. And bring them down. So bring them both up together, palms facing inward, pulling up through the rib cage. My neck is long and we're pressing up. And then just draw the arms back down again, okay? So we're gonna go to the side now. So we're gonna press up first of all, and then float to the side. And as we come to a stop, we're gonna go straight back over. Press up. We're just gonna keep this moving for a moment, okay? So press up, take it over, and each time just try and take the waist a little bit further. So press and lean, pull away. So one side, I can definitely go a little bit further. This is my looser side. Make sure we're lifting up and then we're coming over. Let's do two more. I'm just gonna let someone else in. Take it up and over, lift up and across. Excellent job. Okay, so we're just going to flip the feet round and we're going to go into a lying position, okay? So we're going to have the knees up. Now with our Pilates, we want to find our seat bones, okay? And then from here, we're going to roll back onto the floor, okay? Walk the feet in so they are firmly and flat on the floor and that you're looking to bring your heels so that you can reach them with your fingertips, okay? We have a neutral spine, so there's a small gap, okay? And just place your hands just on your stomach, okay? And we're going to fill our rib cage with air, and then we're going to blow it out, okay? So deep breath in through the nose, fill the rib cage, and blow out through the mouth. Getting rid of all the air. Breathe in through the nose. Be quite noisy, and then blow out. And again, breathe in. And out. Last one. Big breath in. And blow out. Okay, take the hands up above the chest, palms are facing inwards. And we're just going to keep the knees where they are, and we're going to reach over the head, opening out the chest, and then bringing the hands back up again. So just opening out the chest, bringing those hands back up again. Over the top, and back up again. Just opening out the shoulders, and also the upper back. Lift It's only a small movement, but we're just looking. 2 more. And 1 more. And hold it there. Just place the hands down by your side. Someone's just dropped off the call. I'll let them in. Okay, from here, we're going to press up. We're going to open out the hips into that bridge position, okay? So we're tucking the tailbone under, feet are about hip width apart, and we're pressing up nice and slowly. We're getting to the top, so we are opening out the hip flexor, and then we are rolling back down through the spine. So this isn't a hip thrust movement or a drive. It's rolling up through the vertebrae, opening out the hips, engaging the core, and then coming back down again, okay? So we're just lifting up into that bridge position, tucking our tailbone under, and then down. Let's do 1 more. And lower down. Take the hands above the head, open out the chest, and we're going to lift up, and then come back down again. So long through the spine, my upper body is nice and relaxed, and I'm working through the hip and the lower back. Pressing, my heels are firmly on the floor, my knees are staying bent. Lift and lower. Go up again, lift. Last time, so this time we're going to keep up. So keep in that bridge position, just hold that position there, arms above the head. Now let's bring our hands so they are in line. We're just going to hold the position there. So stretching through, and you're going to pull your fingertips, so you're going to squeeze them forward and then push your shoulders back into the floor. Squeeze the shoulders, so you're trying to round the back, and then drive your shoulder blades into the floor. Lift, so someone's pulling through your fingers, but keep those hips up. Engage the core. Press, we're looking at doing 2 movements here. Lift, and give me 1 more. 1, float the arms down, and then lower those hips down, okay? So, just back into a neutral spine again. We're going to lift the knees up. So both knees are coming up, and they are in a 45-degree angle, okay? So we're looking at feet are relaxed. And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck that chin in, and we're going to go into our 100 position. So we're going to lift up and engage the core. My shoulders are off, and I take my hands to the side. Then I'm going to take my legs up into the air, nice and straight, so I am engaging my core. My neck and my shoulders are nice and relaxed, and we're just going to pulse those arms down. Now, this is all about being fixed, being focused on a strong core, making sure that you're breathing, pressing the spine, but keeping it long, okay? So just little pulses with the arms, and this helps you to stay engaged. I want the legs fully straight, and we're doing that 100 move. Essentially, if you want to practice this one, you would do 100 pulses with your hands. That's the length of time you want to hold this move for, okay? We don't always hold it for that. We don't have enough time sometimes so that we can move on to other things. Okay, hold it there. Bring the knees down and relax the shoulders. So we're going to look to do that 1 more time, okay? So I really want you to think about engaging rib cage, tucking in, but you're looking to bring the chin into the chest for that first movement. So chin into chest, lift up, and then press the hands. So, and then we take that up. Look, my neck is nice and loose. There's no pressure on that. And just pulse those arms. My legs are straight up in the air. And I'm working through that core. So just little movements. hold it there, bring the knees down and relax the shoulders. Bring the legs all the way back down again. Okay, from here, we're going to go into our single leg movement, okay? So again, we're looking to engage the core and we're going to bring in the movement where we extend the legs. So working the hip flexor, but working the core as well. So bring both the knees in to begin with and place them on. Tuck and roll that spine, so we're in that curled position. One leg comes out, we're going to hold, it'll hover, and then we're going to change sides. So we're not looking to rush the movement, you're getting a full leg extension, but you're working through that core as well. My spine is long, and I'm looking to lengthen through my legs. And we're working on those strong thighs. Thinking about getting back into the water with a strong core. Holding us high in the water. Keeping those hips up. Open out. Press. Bring it back together. So it's nice, it's not fast, it's not slow, but we're keeping a flow. 2 more. Last one, bring the knees in and lower down and bring the feet back down again. So you should start to feel a little bit, I don't know, a bit of tension, a little bit of fatigue in this area here. And you'll also feel it into the rib cage, okay? We're going to do the same again, but we're going to look at that double leg push, okay? So bring the knees up, tuck that chin in. Okay, now you can have, I place my hands at the side here. I find that an easier place to be. If you want some more support, you can place your hands onto the floor, so you choose, okay? And then what we're looking to do, we're pressing the legs out and back in. So it's a much stronger move. Press and in. Now, the lower you go, the harder it is. If you're struggling, look to lengthen the legs, but keep the heels a bit higher, okay? So you can either take it low and long, or back in. So working on that core. So you can either take it high, or you can press it out nice and low, okay? Or you can do a combination of the two. Let's do 2 more. 1. We're going to hold it this time. 2. Hold it out there for me. Strong position, bring it back in, and lower to the floor, lower those legs down, okay? Just open out the chest, so you're just stretching through. Take a nice deep breath in. Okay, bring the hands back. So we're going to go into an ab crunch, okay? Now remember with the ab crunch, it's not a full sit-up, okay? We are lifting through the chest area. So shoulders come off the ground. So make sure those feet are flat on the floor. And we're looking to have our hands at the side of our head, so the chest stays open. Chin is going to the ceiling. It's not going to the knees, okay? So we're keeping this area open. So we're going to press and down, lift and down. So it's a slow movement, holding and lowering. Lift and down. Breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it up there this time. Hold it here. Hold that position. Extend the hands. And then lower it back down again, okay? So each time we're just trying to focus on the core, but look at how strong we're becoming, okay? So we're going to bring the knees up this time. We're going to bring the hands to the side, okay? And then what we're going to do, we're going to tuck chin and chest, and we're going to do a toe tap, so we open out the hip, but also work on the core. So I'm going to tuck my chin in, lift up, and I'm going to tap and come. So we're working on our balance. So if you think about our yoga, We're looking to extend the leg and tap. Extend. So I'm not rushing through the movement. My core is engaged. I'm opening out my hip and I'm working through. So my stomach is biting, but it's nice and strong. Press. My neck is loose. So let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees up, lower the hands, lower the head. Bring them in, relax off, and down. Okay, just check where the feet are again. Nice and flat, continuing to work on the abs, okay? And that core section. We're going to look to do a lift with a knee lift, okay? So we're going to go back into our crunch position. And when we come up, we're going to look to lift one leg off and back down again. And then we're going to alternate through, okay? So again, it's that small crunch position, making sure we're working on that core. So nice deep breath in, and you're going to blow out on the way up. So lift the leg and crunch in. And down. So looking to bring the knee up towards the chin. Lift and down. So working the hip flexor, working that core, crunching in. But I'm not twisting, okay? So my chest stays open. Lift, lift. Do as many as you can. I'm going to do 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and down. Relax the hands and take it back to both sides, okay? So we're going to bring the knees in and we're going to do our movement that we've done, which is the roll like a ball. So we're going from a lying position into a balanced position where we find our seat bones, okay? So we're going to look to rock back and rock up into that position without your toes going down like me, okay? So let's start from here. So I'm looking to hug my knees in and I'm looking to have my feet up. My spine is long and I found my seat bones. I'm going to roll backwards and I'm going to come up, engaging my core into my seated position. So we're going to look to do 4 of these, okay? So working on that balance, keeping the chest lifted. So we're rolling. Oh, and my toes go down. And lifting. Roll. Find my seat bone. Squeeze my core in. And hold it here. And bring the feet down. Okay. So find the seat bones, sit nice and tall for me. Okay, we're going to go into our boat. So we did this one the other week where we used it with the bands. We're going to work without the bands today, okay? So we're going to look to bring our knees up. And we're going to take them horizontally. And we're going to look to hold in almost a V position. So this is our low boat position. My chest is lifted, my core's engaged. And I'm just holding my knees in position, okay? So I'm trying to sit up long through my spine. And then I come back in again. So really focusing on here, trying to keep up nice and tall. So again, find those seat bones and we're going to work on holding that for about 15 seconds, okay? So we're going to bring the knees up into position. And then we're going to try and keep that chest lifted. Arms are lifted and we're going to hold that boat position. Keep the chin up, squeeze the core, and also the hip flexors are working on this one as well. Bring the knees in, and up to sitting. Okay, we're going to walk the legs out, and we're going to go into our roll down, roll up, okay? So, our hands are going to be at shoulder height, palms facing inwards, thumbs to the ceiling. And we're going to engage that long spine. So if you can see, imagine someone is pulling me from the center, my hands, and I'm going to roll all the way down, keeping my hands in the same position. So I'm going to work through my spine, engage my core, lower in a really controlled manner. My hands go over my chest, and we can extend them all the way so we're long through the spine. Come back. When the hands come to my chest, I'm going to curl my chin, and I'm going to go into that roll-up position, okay? So long spine, we're going to do 4 of these, okay? So nice and controlled. You can move at your own rate, but don't do this in a fast way, okay? Don't want you to skip. So nice and slowly, engage. Hands go over the head, extend. Bring it back up to chest, tuck the chin. Slowly coming all the way up into that long spine position. And again, when we get to the top, we start that lower down again. Hands over the head. Big stretch. Back to chest, tuck the chin. In that long, let's do 2 more. Down we go, let's try and keep moving. Big stretch, open out the rib cage. Hands, tuck the chin. Up we come, long. And last one. Down, my core is engaged. My neck is long. Bring it up, tuck the chin. And holding here. Now we're in this position here. We're going to open out the chest and lift those arms and be as long as we can. Take the arms down behind, and we're just going to take the hands so that the fingers are pointing backwards, and we're just opening out and we're lifting the chest, okay? So if you notice, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades and I'm driving my chest upwards. There's a slight arch in the back, and I'm just opening up through. Now from here, you're going to press your hips upwards. So your chest stays open, and we're going into a long upward facing plank. Hold that position. Core nice and tight. And then lowering it back down again, okay? So if you don't like doing, well, planks we're going to have to do, but sometimes if you want to just open out the chest, it's another way to do the plank. I'm just going to walk backwards. So my hands are behind, my fingers are, I suppose, at a diagonal position, okay? I've lifted my chest, and I'm looking to press from my core area. So we're going to lift up and hold that position. Lower down, and the bum will hover, and then we're going to lift straight back up again. And lower. Bottom hovers, my core is tight, and my hips press upwards. So I'm opening out the chest, and my shoulders are involved. Lift up. And take it down. Let's do 2 more. 1. Hover that bum, and then lift up again. Holding that position, lowering it back down again. Okay, excellent job. Let's turn over. We're going to flip over into a 4-point position. Just check my timing. I know sometimes I have a habit of going over. So just holding into our 4-point position here. We're going to go into a bird dog. Okay, so this is essentially working on the core, but also working on those shoulders. So before we do anything, we're going to press back, and we're going to hold so that our leg is going straight backwards and it is level with the back. Try not to let the back arch and my core drop. Bring that leg in. Take the other leg backwards. Okay, now with the arms, reaching the arm forward and bringing it down. Reach the arm forward, bringing it down, okay? So what we're going to try and do now, or we are going to do now, is opposite hand to opposite leg. You've done these ones before, but we're going to look to hold that position. So we press out, spine is long, hand is long. Keep the core tight. Imagine someone's pulling your toe and someone's pulling your finger. Slowly bring it down, change sides. Press it through. Hold that position. And lower it down, change sides again. So being long, my spine is long, my neck is neutral, and I'm being hip over knee. Press it through. And down. Let's do 2 more. 1. Bring it down, and the opposite side. And down. So back into our 4-point position. We're going to walk into our plank, okay? So we're going to take 1 foot back and the other foot back. So we're in full plank here. I want us to go down into an elbow plank, okay? So I'm looking to keep those shoulders, so my shoulders are over my elbows, and I'm looking to hold in this position here, okay? Just lower the knees down, and we're just going to go into an elbow position, okay? So I've got a slight bend in my spine. What we're going to do is we are going to do a slow-mo plank working through the elbows, okay? So we've done this one before, we did it on Tuesday, but this one, I want the palms facing down, shoulders are over elbows, and we're going to work on that shoulder stability and keeping those shoulder blades in good order, okay? So tuck the toes, palms are facing to the floor, and we're going to lift up those hips. And then from here, we're going to rock forwards, and we're going to come backwards. Roll through the shoulder, so my elbows are moving. Chest rocks forward, but I stay in a nice long line. Nice and slowly, and back. Slow, and back. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees and controlled. Come all the way back down again, and then extend the hands and bring them around to here. So we're going to work, my hands are facing the floor at the moment. We're going to work with palms facing up to the ceiling, and we're going to go into that locust position. But we're going to work with just the upper body, so my toes stay flat to the ground. I'm going to raise my shoulder blades and my chest, and I'm going to press my arms backwards, and I'm going to lower back down again. I'm going to lift up, squeeze, working on the shoulders and the back. My spine is neutral. My eyes are looking down. And there. So this time, we're going to go into that locust. So we're going to lift the hands in line with the back side. So we're not going to clasp them behind. We're going to keep them long. And we're going to lift the heels and the ankles off the ground, squeezing your butt cheeks when you come up. So it's a long, strong movement. So up and lower slowly, okay? So squeeze the shoulder blades, press the hips, be long through the movement, and down. Lift, open out the chest, long through the spine, and down. Up, and down. 2 more. Last one. So staying up here, if we can, we're going to take the arms around into a long position. Bring them back and down. Do that one more time. Squeeze the shoulders, open out, long through the movement, bring it back and down. Okay, from here, we're going to press back into a child's pose. Long through the movement, forehead to the mat. All the way through, open out the hips into our upward facing dog. Okay, tuck the toes in, pressing up into downward facing dog. Hips nice and high. So working on the core and the shoulders again, we're going to go down into that long plank position, so high plank. Press back up into that downward dog, so lead with the hips, up nice and high. Lower back down again. Press up with the hips. Lower down. So working on that shoulder stability, working on the core. Lift up nice and high. And down. Drop the knees. And then lower to the ground, okay? So we're going to finish off, running out of time again, into our shoulder plank, okay? So we're going to press through, making sure, sorry, my hands are in front, so shoulders are over elbows, neck is long, and we're going to press up into that position. Hold the position here, and we're going to rock through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you can, press up into a full plank, okay? We're going to twist to the side and open into a side plank. My feet are crossed at the bottom, working on that shoulder. Bringing my hand back through, flipping my feet, turning my hip. Bringing it down, pressing up into downward facing dog. All the way through into upward facing dog. And then pressing back into child's pose. Forehead to mat. And then coming all the way up with the arms. Almost at that where we started from. Bring the hands down. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. Nice and high. Float the arms down. Again, breathe in. Bring the hands down. Okay, take one hand over and just turn, stretch through. Release, take the other hand. Sweep forward, so drop the head. Then lift the chest all the way up. I want you to arch the back. Going over the top. Bringing the hands back to the middle. And to the heart. We are done this morning, okay? So a few different moves for us to work with. So I'm going to press stop here. So have